And good morning, fellow YouTubers. Today I'm filming in a little bit of different location, as you can see in my background, and it's also really early in the morning, but I wanted to do this tag first before anything got crazy today. We're right in the middle of a move, so everything's kind of chaotic. Not only a move, but they're actually selling the place that we're currently residing in, so we're constantly having to vacate for showings. So we are a little bit busy, a little bit preoccupied, so I apologize for the change of scenery, the messy hair, the glasses, and the oversized sweaters because I literally just crawled out of bed. But without further ado, today I'm going to be doing the coffee tag. And it's not anything that I was actually tagged in by anyone in particular, but I saw it after I was perusing and I decided, you know what, I love coffee. I drink coffee all the time, so I decided to give it a try. So here we go with the coffee book tag. The first question is for dark roast coffee, which is actually my preferred coffee, but the question is, or the statement is, to name a book or series that's hard to get into but has a lot of really tough fans. And for me, I would definitely say the first thing that comes to mind is the Percy Jackson series, or like the Lightning Thief, whatever that series is called, because I feel like it was almost too young adult for me. I mean, I read a lot of young adult novels. That's pretty much all I read. I don't venture into adult world when it comes to novels. I'm very much stuck in young adult, but this one I feel like was almost too far on that end of the spectrum, and I had a really hard time getting into it. I believe I actually ended up giving my series to a friend who wanted to borrow them, and I was just like, I'll just keep it, like I didn't like it anyways. But it's definitely one that I would attempt to read again down the road. However, it is at the very bottom of my to be read, maybe someday, try again series list of reads, but who knows. But I mean, I hear it's a really good book. There's tons of great reviews on it and people are always hyping about it, so I mean, it's something that I definitely need to attempt again, but just not right now. Definitely not right now. The next question is for the Peppermint Mocha, which is one of my favorite things to look forward to during the winter months, especially when they do the BOGO, or like the buy one get one, like the festive cheer during Starbucks. I always end up going and getting my Peppermint Mocha. The statement that goes with that is a book that becomes more popular during the winter or holiday-ish months, I guess. And of course, the first one that comes to mind, and one that I've noticed on a lot, it's very popular on a lot of these the coffee tags, is obviously Harry Potter. Any of the Harry Potter books in that series, because the first thing that I think of when it comes to holiday time, besides Christmas and Thanksgiving and my birthday, because it's in October, and Halloween, is ABC Family, because they are constantly playing Harry Potter over and over and over again throughout the holiday time. So I definitely think that Harry Potter is a big one that jumps in popularity during the holidays. And because they usually have, the box set that comes out, not that you can't buy that normally, but it's a great Christmas present for kids, especially when they're coming upon that age where they're really excited about books. So I'm definitely going to say Harry Potter. Not one book in particular, just the entirety of the Harry Potter world. The next one is hot chocolate, which I love me some hot chocolate, especially on a cold winter's day with some big old marshmallows on top, or maybe some whipped cream and sprinkles. But the statement that goes with this, or the book, is your favorite children's book. Now, all of my children's books, or ones that I had growing up, I don't actually own anymore, except for I think 2 or 3 of them, and they're actually packed up right now. I have one that is called Jessica, so it's named after, or it's a book that's my name. And then I also had a favorite one that was called Chrysanthemum. But as I got a little older, I started reading like the Babysitter's Club, and I had the Nancy Drew series, and so I really got into all of those. plus more. I mean, I was a constant reader throughout most of my life, so I always had books, but I would definitely say, I can't even think of who the author is for either of those, but Jessica, because it was my book, and then Chrysanthemum, and then definitely the Babysitter's Clubs are things that I remember from my childhood and what I used to read and reread over and over again. The next one is Double Shot Espresso, and the tag that goes with that is a book that keeps you on the edge of your seat. There's been a lot of books that I've really kind of read through it very, very quickly, just getting to the end and wanting to, know how it ends and want to keep it going. But I actually just finished a book, New World Rising by Jennifer Wilson, and I read it in like 2 days. I couldn't put it down. I had to know what was going to happen, and I need to get the second one now because I have to continue and know what that story is. Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. He's like rolling around on the carpet like a monster. He's crazy. But there was a lot of excitement and a lot of action that really kept the story moving forward, but at the same time helped it develop the characters very eloquently, hand in hand. So I would definitely say at the moment that was the one, just because I just finished it. I just finished it last weekend, and I'll post my review for that one later this weekend. I just have not had time to do it yet, but I cannot wait to get the second one because I am like literally still on the edge of my seat telling people about this novel because it was so good. It's a dystopian novel, so it takes place in the future after a big disaster, and it's an escape novel. So this main character, Phoenix, is trying to survive, and it's very, very well written, and I read it so quickly, and even my husband was like, "Didn't you just start that book?" Why, yes, I did. And so the next one is Starbucks, a book that you see everywhere. Just like Starbucks is pretty much on the corner or on every corner in every big city that I've been to. A book that I've seen everywhere. Now this was kind of hard for me because I don't actually go out to bookstores very often, and if I do, they're used bookstores because I'm cheap. But the one that I've seen on like Goodreads and Amazon recently is Caraval. I don't know how you say it, but it's by Stephanie Garber, and it looks fantastic. The first thing I noticed was the cover. It's beautiful and very captivating, and it really was like, ooh, I just need to own this book to have it on my shelves. I read the synopsis for it. It definitely sounds like something I would be interested in, but I have yet to have time to actually go and buy it. It's on my to-be-read list. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but the reviews are fantastic, and I've been seeing it everywhere. So if you've read it, comment below and let me know how you liked it, and maybe a little bit more about the story. But don't spoil it, or I'll block you. Don't do it. I'll be so mad at you. The next book is for the Hipster coffee shop, and this is to give a shout out to an indie author. I myself am attempting to be an indie author, but so I know how hard it is to get your name out there. But I did just finish about 2 weeks ago a novel by an indie author, Ashley McLeo, called Prophecy of Three. And it's the Starseed trilogy, if I remember correctly. It's book 1. It was fantastic. It was about witches, about three witches, Prophecy of Three, so there's 3 of them, 3 witches, but she writes very well, and she self-published the novel. The cover is fantastic. I love the way that it looks, and if you've never heard of her, you've never heard of the novel, I will link it in the info section below so you can check her out. But essentially it's about 3 witches who are put up for adoption, that are asked to come and meet their family, and they find out about the prophecy of their birth and everything, and so now they have to discover their powers and learn how to control them. I'm really trying not to give too much of the story away because I want you to read it, but in a nutshell, that's what it's about. If you like witches and magic and girl power, definitely check it out because it's fantastic. Again, that's Prophecy of Three by Ashley McLeo. The next one is Oops, I Got Decaf. I've never decaf. I've never gotten it. I don't even know what it tastes like, and I don't want to know. But the book that goes with this is a book that you were disappointed by, or one that it was not, it's cracked up to be. So I keep going back to this one, this series in particular, Beautiful Creatures, because I was so excited about the novels. It sounded fantastic, and I saw the movie before I read the book, which, you know, I've said this before, you know, I shouldn't be comparing the two because they're totally two different entities, a movie and a book. But I was very disappointed in the series in and of itself. It read very slow. They're big books. There's 4. I think there's 4 in the series, and they're all very large books, and they drag on, and there's a lot of unneeded information, and I was just so disappointed because I had really high hopes for the novel, thinking it's about witches and magic and things like that, and which I love because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but there wasn't. It was just a sappy little sad story about a witch and a boy and having to choose a side, and it definitely wasn't my cup of coffee because it was a decaf, and I don't do decaf. The final book selection is The Perfect Blend. So this is a book that was both bitter and sweet, but overall satisfying. So this one I did select a book that I have talked about before, the Lifeblood series by Gina Showalter. I mean, the whole first novel in the series really sucks you in, and you just feel for the characters. There's so much sympathy, maybe a little empathy in there, and you just want her to make the right choice, and then you realize, I don't even know what the right choice would be. And I don't know, between the boys and which side that she wants to fall on in her afterlife, if she wants to go to the good side or the dark side. And in the end, I was kind of like, ooh, I really want her to go this way. And then she chose the other way, and I was a little bit disappointed, but then I was like, oh, it's okay. And then it wasn't what it was supposed to be, and it's definitely bittersweet. But I really enjoyed it. It was another one of those novels that I really got drawn into and just really couldn't put it down. I've read the first 2, both equally good, both equally bittersweet, but very much enjoyable. I definitely would recommend it for sure. Alright everybody, that is it for this week's BookTube Tag, the coffee tag, where we sat and talked about books and coffee. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you are liking, commenting, and subscribing, as well as following me elsewhere, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All of that will be linked in the info section below. And I would like to tag 2 people right now. First and foremost, AuthorConfession, because I know she loves coffee and she loves talking about books while drinking coffee. So this one's for you. And I would also like to tag KristensLibrary. Not sure if she likes coffee, but I would like to tag her and see what she has to say about some of these book relations to their coffee shop companions. And of course, if I didn't tag you and you feel like this is something you'd like to do, please, please, please go ahead and do the tag. All the questions will be in the info section below as well as the original video that I got it from. And as always, have a great weekend and happy reading.